Alright, so today we're going to work on our baby blanket. It's going to start with chaining 13. Okay? Then we're going to pull up a loop in each of the next 6 chains. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? Now you're going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops. And you're going to do this, over and over until you take all of the loops off your hook. Alright. Now, this is called the Tunisian knit stitch. Normally, with this fusion, I usually refer to it as a knitted treble, knitted double, knitted half double, whatever, to equate whatever, however many you're chaining up, it'll be the same for that equivalent stitch. So now we're going to work on the next stitch, okay? So you're going to turn it sideways and you're going to find your first loop that you pulled up right here, okay? And there are 2 bars here, your front bar and your back bar of your stitch. You're going to go straight through the middle of them, bring it out the back, yarn over, and pull up a loop. Okay? Then go to your next one, find that little space in between your bars, stick your hook through, pull up a loop. You're just going to do that the whole way across. Okay? So you're going to pull up 5 loops like that. And then your 6th loop you're going to get from your next chain. Okay? Because this is going to be the bottom. And your stitches are going to be vertical like this. Okay? So you're going to pull one up into your chain. And then take them off 2 at a time again. Whoop. Grab 3. Okay. And now you can sort of see how it's starting to work a little bit better. Okay, so we have our base chain across the bottom here. And these are our stitches working up like that. So we're going to keep going. Pull up 5 loops out of our bars here, which you can see a little bit better when you stretch it out. Alright. And then our 6th loop will come out of our chain stitch. And we're going to work all the way across until we get to our last chain. Okay. Five. Pull up a loop in our chain. Okay. Right in the middle of our loop, right? As you can see, we're starting to get these nice pretty V's that look like knit going across. Right through there. Find your chain. Pull up a loop. I did 3 again. Wow, I'm off my game tonight. Sorry about that. 2. 2. Oh my goodness, guys, I'm so sorry. In case any of y'all don't know, my grandmother has been very sick these last couple weeks. She just got discharged from the hospital today. We're waiting to hear back diagnosis as far as what if the masses are cancer, if they are, what kind and what stage. So I'm a little off my game, but still gotta keep myself busy here. after we finish, once we get over to it, wow, and we finish our last row, we're just going to fasten off, and then we're going to connect to our changing color, which I'm going to be using white for this one, into one of the corners, because I don't want to carry the yarn up. I don't like hiding it. I don't like having two skeins connected at the same time unless I absolutely have to. Everything gets twisted. It's just a bigger headache. I have 2 kids. It's hard to set down a project when there's more than one skein of yarn attached without getting a big tangled mess. I want to keep the amount as little as possible. I'll weave in the extra ends. No big deal. Most of the time I just crochet over them, and then you don't even have to worry about weaving. Alright, so this is our last one. 2. Oop, I missed. Okay. Alright, so right through the middle there. Through. This is also the first video I'm trying to make by watching myself on the camera and not actually looking at what my hands are doing. And you would think that it would be easy, but it's a little more disorienting. But I have a tendency to move my hands out of the focus of the camera. So I'm going to try and do it this way and see if I can get it to look a little more smoothly for you guys. Okay. So that's what we got going so far. Right? Alright. Some nice pretty, does look like knitting. The back side actually also looks pretty cool. You got these nice little columns almost, which give it a really cool texture. Alright, now we're just going to fasten this off, and then I'll be back in a minute while we join in our white to start continuing on our baby blanket. Alright, so now I have just slip stitched my white on here, and we're going to do a chainless half double crochet. If you've done my tutorials before, you know that you know how to do it already, but I'll show everybody one more time for those who are new here. Hi, welcome. Alright, so you're going to pull your loop up a little bit to the height of a normal half double crochet. Insert your yarn through, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 1 loop, then yarn over and pull through 2 loops. It's basically an extended single crochet, but it takes you up to the right height and you don't have to chain at all, which I find just makes your rows look smoother. You don't see the seams quite as much. Okay, move that over. So now we're going to do another half double crochet and chain 2. Then we're going to put 2 more half double crochets into that same space to form our corner. Okay. And then we're going to work our way across. All right. Which I like to go through the bars like this again, just to sort of continue the V that we had going. Alright. So we got those going across. And now we're going to go into our corners again. Into our corner right here. So it'll be 2 half double crochets. Chain 2. And then 2 more half double crochets. And we'll work in each stitch across here and do the same in our next corner. You can go into the bottom of your chains here. You can go into the V's like I am. It doesn't really matter. It's just a personal preference. I think if you go into the V's, it makes it a little stronger and it's less likely to stretch out. It may just be a personal thing. Alright, so we worked our way across there. We're going to do another corner right here. And as you can see, I'm holding my yarn, like the tails behind my work, and trying to crochet them in as I go so that I don't have to weave as many in. 'Cause I hate weaving in ends. Who doesn't? So we'll do our 2. Chain 2. 2 more. Then we're gonna go in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then into our corner. 1, 2. After this round, you're going to turn your work, okay? This is important because you want to keep your squares, your rectangles from going askew and looking like it's spiraling out of control. If you turn, it'll help keep everything going the same way. The only thing that you want to make sure is that when you get to your knit rounds in pink or whatever color you decide to use, you're always on the right side when you do those. Okay, we didn't change after this round, but from now on we're going to turn after every single round. You're going to slip stitch in there. And this is what we've got so far. Okay, that's our center. And we're just going to keep working our way out. So our next round is going to be the same exact thing. We're just going to work in half double crochet in each stitch across, 2 half double crochets, chain 2, 2 more in each corner. We'll do 1 more round and then we'll work on our next round of pink, and I will show you how that's going to look. Alright? Alright, so I just finished that and I fastened off again. Okay. Now we're going to join into one of our corners with our pink, or whatever. You know, the first blanket I made was gray and black. This one I figured pink and white would be nice. Have an extra baby girl blanket in my stash for gifting. Okay. Now we're going to chain 4. Okay. And you're going to pull up a loop from your, it's starting in the second chain from your hook, and pull up one in each chain going down. So you'll have 3, and then 1 into your base. Okay. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and 2 again. Okay, then we're going to go through like we did in our beginning, go in between the front and the back bar. 1, 2, 3, into your base, and then take them off 2 at a time. Okay. All right, now I'm going to show you how to turn the corner. Okay, this can be a little tricky. So you're going to go through your first one, pull up a loop, go through your second one, pull up a loop, and go through your third one and pull up a loop. Okay, Now you're going to chain 1 or yarn over and pull through 1 loop. Either way you want to say it. Yarn over and take them off 2 at a time. Okay? So that's the first stitch of your turn. Now you're going to pull up 2 loops in the next 2. 1, 2. Yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over through 2, and yarn over through 2. Okay? So if you see, we have 1, 2. Now this is going to be the third and final one. You're just going to go into the first one, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so now you've started your turn. Now we're going to insert our hook through the last piece of each one of those last 3 stitches that we did. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Then you're going to go into your base again in the corner and pull up a loop. Take them off 2 at a time. Okay. And then we're going to do it one more time. 1, 2, 3. Into the base and take them off 2 at a time. Okay. And that is your corner. Now the rest of the way across, you're just going to keep doing the same stitch, and in each corner you'll do this. Now when I get to the next corner, I will show you exactly where you're going to place your stitch markers so that you can find your corners on the next round easier. Because you see you have 2 full, 1, 2, then you have the 3 of your turn, okay? And you're going to want to put your stitch marker right in the center one. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And get that marked, because when we move on to the next round, this will be your corner stitch, and it's a lot easier to find if you just have it marked off. Okay, so I'm going to work my way around and I'll show you our next corner. I'll show you the join, and then I will work on showing you how we do our corners in here. All right? All right, now I'm going to show you the corner one more time. Okay, so first we're going to do 2 normal knitted half trebles. Okay. There's 1, 1, 2, 3, 2. All right, now we're going to work on our corners. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over through 2, 2, 2. Okay. Now 1, 2, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, now this is the stitch that you're going to put a stitch marker in to mark your corner for the next round. Okay, because in this particular space you're going to do 1 HDC, 1 half double crochet, chain 2, and then 1 half double crochet. Let's get it in there. Alright, then you're going to pick up each of the end stitches on this last round So right through there, 1, right through here, 2, right through here, 3, and the 4th one through your base. Take them off 2 at a time. Alright, then we're just going to keep going until we get back to the beginning. And then I will show you how to slip stitch and whip stitch this back into place and close it up so that you can continue on with your white. Alright? Alright, we have made it all the way around. We're going to do our last knitted half treble. So 1, 2, 3, into our last stitch there. Take them off 2 at a time. And then you're just going to do a simple slip stitch right through here. Fasten off. And then when we weave in our end, we are going to close this up. This is the best way to close this gap without making your seam incredibly obvious. Okay? So, cut it a little bit longer. Thread your needle. And then you're going to come up. You see right here, this is your first loop. You're going to come up through there. And you're going to go down in the bottom of the first of the chain that you have there. Okay. Then you're going to go up through the second one. Okay. And down through the second chain. Up through the third one. And down through the third chain. Alright. There's that. Flip it over. We'll weave this end in a while because it may take a second or two right now, but it's going to save you so much time and so much frustration by the time you're done if you just take a couple seconds now. Weave those ends in. Go a little bit one way, go a little bit another way, go back again, just extra super duper secure it. And make sure you're not just going under each thread, make sure you're going through each one. Pull it tight. And then trim it off. Alright, and then I'm going to reattach my white. And I will show you what we do from there, especially with these stitch markers here in our corners. Alright. Okay, so we have fastened off and weaved in our ends to connect our knitted half treble rounds. Now we are going to work on the next round. So make sure that you turn your work. Okay, so we're going to be working on the wrong side. Although the wrong side is still super gorgeous. Look at that. Look at those lines. Oh yeah. Okay. Sorry. Okay, so we're going to join our yarn. I like to join in the stitch next to the corner. Okay. So we're going to join in there. Pull up your loop to the height of a half double. Make your chainless half double crochet. Now in your corner stitches where you have your stitch marker, if you listen to me, you're going to place one half double crochet, chain 2, another half double crochet, and then you're just going to keep working across. Okay, simple as that. And then in the next 2 rounds you're going to do 2 half double crochets,
chain 2, 2 half double crochets in each of your corners. You got to make sure you turn your work, turn it, flip it over in between your rounds so that the center doesn't go crooked. And then you're just going to keep going and going and going, rotating back and forth between your half double crochets and your knitted half trebles until you have reached the size that you really, really want for this baby blanket. Alright, thank you so much. Have a good night. Hi there, everybody. Now, as you can see, I have flipped my work over to the back, and I connected my yarn just in the stitch to the right of the stitch marker. Alright, I did this so that I can show you exactly how our corners are going to work. Here, so this, normally the corners are 2 half double crochets, chain 2, 2 half double crochets. So, this is going to be our first half double crochet. Right in here, you're going to work 1. Now in this next corner stitch that you should have all of your corners marked, you're going to work 1 HDC. Ooh, sorry about my puppy. Chain 2. 1 more HDC in there. Then you're just going to keep going and put a half double crochet in each of the stitches around, and in your marked stitches, the center of your corners, you're going to put HDC, chain 2, HDC to make your corners. 1 second, Shona. And then after this round, you're going to flip it and keep going. This should be everything that you need to be able to get through this pattern and make your baby blanket. All right. Have fun.